Okay, except your sharps, and sharps have nothing to do with the notes that they belong. Right? Where are the sharps and where are the notes?
Oh,
How do you write sharps?
after the note.
Huh? Yeah, but how? You see, if you play something like that, you've written the note G, right? And what note is a sharp?
C.
Okay? So the middle of the sharp has to go through the line that the note is on. Okay? See, but this is the only one, well, not, but at least closer, right? This is A. But all the others, they don't, not near anywhere that it has to be, right? And then the last note is also G sharp, correct? So you need to put that. Yeah. Can you redo this so that your double sharp over here on the D, not on the A? Okay? And let's do just one set reading, okay? make sure you go through these. Just kind of helps you to not forget the key signature, etc. First of all, what's the key signature?
G major.
Okay, and the time signature?
4/4.
4/4. Okay, what was going to be your pulse? Okay, now how far are these notes?
Step.
Step, right? So next one, right? So when you have the one on the line, one in the space, it's just next to each other. All right, so let's try it again and count in your head, okay? Either in your head or out loud. I don't really care, but make sure you have the right counting. Okay, that was better. You went a lot slower though. That was almost too slow, okay? And then you still didn't observe any of the rests. So your hands were just staying there, you know. The rest is also an indication in music, okay? So you do have to take your hands off. All right, so make sure you're doing this daily, okay? A page a day. You have enough for next week? Yes, you do, okay. Okay, where is the music? How is it going?
Good.
Good? How's your cadenza going? Smile, no answer?
I don't know.
You don't know? You don't know? Then how would you know how to practice if you don't know? Okay, I think you're fine ensemble-wise with the Dmitri, so we don't really need to work on that, but you do need to work on your own rhythm, okay? And then some shaping and stuff and technical things. So let's, I'm just gonna play a little bit in between of your, and then I'll stop you if we need to fix that. The first thing that I heard when you played with Dmitri, this one wasn't. That was not even. Make sure that these two notes together. You go. Right, and it's all together. It's still not together. You look at your second finger is still late. Right. Because the fifth finger is shorter, so you have to have control that it doesn't go after the second, right? Second is just goes first. Right. Okay. Okay, so you have two different tempos already. This was faster, slower than these. Okay. First of all, if you detach this, don't take any extra time, right? It's not. So you can turn your metronome on to 138. And then this last one, you kind of rush it and the hands are not together. Because you're trying to get to the octave. Make sure you're playing it. Right. Yes. Okay, so do it again. Da, 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 from your first scale. Okay, is that with the metronome? The reason why you're not with the metronome, because you're treating the first note as a downbeat. You go 1. Right, that's better, but then you lost your sforzandos. Yeah, that's better. Okay, do it again. Pedal the sforzandos a little bit. Yeah, can you shape it more? This is sforzando. Luego. Yes, now try it without the metronome. So keep in mind your beat, okay, your pulse. More sforzando. You start much more resolute, you know? You start with more strength. It's forte and sforzando. There's no rhythm. There's no rhythm. You have to feel the rhythm. Yeah, and then voice. Where's the melody? Yeah, these are still not together. See, yeah, now do it without your body, just with your fingers. Yeah, so you have to control your second finger to go later, right? Think about your fifth finger going first. No? Right. That's better, yeah. Okay. So can you play from here? So as soon as you finish this, now as soon as you finish this has to be singing and very much more, sweet. Alright? So the character changes there, and don't forget the voice. But everything needs to sound, right? Left and two. Okay, but now you didn't play. Yeah, practice that, okay? Because the second finger is always playing too early. sound. Or not? Like that. That's better. That's better sound. Now see if you can keep your left hand going kind of evenly, not like a drunken sailor, you know, all over the place. Yeah. So you left hand alone with the metronome. Yeah, if you have no voice in there too, not. Can you play this softer? Stop now. Just a little bit of dum bum bum bum, a little bit of the arm up. That's better, but this is not together. Together, play your chords together. Right. Okay. Now, right hand singing, you're aware of the rhythm in the left hand, okay? Go. Ready? But where are the notes in the left hand? Okay, well, reasonably, right? So, this is sforzando, by the way. There should be 5 notes, not one. Yeah, get into the keys, control it. Don't just slide your fingers like that. Alright. Okay. Make sure your right hand's not too early. Right, try that without the metronome. What was that? What was that? And your pedal again. And then also remember that to slow down, to take a little time here. So what you do with this scale, you don't play it all evenly. You play evenly as far as rhythm goes, but you play with a little bit crescendo first, and then diminuendo. So it's more like that, okay? So it's not just a scale, but it's music. And slow down. Can you see how it's? Yeah. So first of all, don't there's a lot of air notes in the left hand, and there's not enough bass. Can you do just your left hand? Make sure your foot is very close to the pedal, so you can pedal a little quicker. Yeah, okay. So you can't not be aware of what your left hand is doing when you play. So it shouldn't be louder than right hand, obviously, but you have to know what's going on the left hand. So let's go. Take a little time. Make that really special, okay? You just go. It's just like any other note. Yeah. Okay. This part is better, but your hands are still not. Your fingers are not together. Sometimes. Yeah, let me hear that from that last time. Yeah, left hand's a bit late, so can you go without pedal a little slower? Yeah, try not to put too much weight on the first one. Second finger to fifth than from first. But don't worry about it now, just do whatever you were doing. Okay, can you just do only bottom note? Without pedal, no top note in the right hand. Top note, bottom note only. No pedal. Yeah, because it's these fingers that gotta be together. trying it with the left hand better. Right, I think something happens here. Right, keep working on that, okay? What's your left hand doing? One more time. Don't hold anything. Yeah, good. That's better. Don't forget that the octaves are also intervals and need to be voiced. Not yeah, and then these also. Okay, one more time. That's three. Don't hold everything in on the left hand. It's like hold the E flat so long and top notes. Use pedal. Okay. Okay, it's a little slow, so yeah, too slow. You go like that. Two notes here. There's a couple of the notes on the left and don't sound. Right, look. Right. Don't start early. Okay, so let's play first two beats. Right. And then the third beat. Stop on the fourth beat. Da 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 da. Stop here. Right, and this one. And you just play in one beat. Clear. So your thumbs are not together. That's right. So when you switch from triplets to triplets, it's not as slow as you think. Okay? It's not as slow as you think. Alright, good. So here you are alone, you can take a little time. staccato, you know, because it changes to minor. So finish that phrase. Make sure you're playing the right notes. Yeah, over here. C flat, right? Yeah, this was just completely unmusical. Yeah, we already talked about the pedal here. It's too long. So it's better. You can send it together. Okay, next part. Can you play the right note there? It really sounds out of control. Yeah. Right, it's a little better, but it still sounds out of control because of the two things, rhythm and hands are not together. Here too, not together. Yeah, don't finish. Don't finish like that. Yeah. Are you practicing rhythms here?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta do more. Are you practicing just slowly? You need to get more control because sometimes your fingers go sooner than they need to. So your second, third finger are longer and they always go sooner. Long. Yeah, listen to yourself really carefully. Yeah, so these parts just have to be really flawless and in control. That's a problem, you don't really have the technical control yet. Alright, so let's play that part of the Lucas, some parts you play too fast, some too slow. Okay, but it's not like this part was too fast. Just out of control again. There's don't clip off your quarter notes. Yeah. So make sure that you're not playing this like just a free cadenza, you know, it has to be in rhythm. And then the thinner, there is, it's with pedal, but a little bit thinner pedal, so you can actually hear what's going on. Yeah. So one, two, three. Okay, count down. 1, 2, 3. It's first 16th notes. And then 30 seconds. Right. You can't just play the whole scale fast. You know, you have to play the first ones, 16th and 30 seconds. Okay. Hands together. Let me hear left hand. Yeah, because the left hand is so uneven, that's why it doesn't sound like it. You do these things, just keep the fingers that down. Right, it's better. Sing. Okay, so da 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 da, right? That's like the expression. Don't do that. Yeah. Can you actually play the whole thing more legato? It sounds like you're shooting out of the gun. Ba, 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 ba. And feel the harmony, right? And then it's all chords. You got. No, speed up. It's kind of really shaky. It's very hard to play together. Okay, when you actually pedal by harmony, not by each note, so that you know. And then two of the same, or at least like two at a time, not each one. Maybe two at a time instead of one at a time. So from the beat. Oh, okay, from the beat. It's not the downbeat. Dun 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 bum 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 like that. Okay, so go on. I was playing the second time. No. So you have to feel the beat. The beat is. Okay, can you just play the left and first note and emphasize the beat a little bit? Just the first note. Where's the beat? One and three, two, one. It's the A flat. That's the idea. So you don't have to do it as much, but you don't know where the beat is here, right? Okay, play that again. And pedal. Beats. Shorter. You see how I put the pedal just from dun 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 dun. So you only pedaling there the natural accents. Yeah, something like that. You gotta practice with the. Make sure your right hand does not play too early, okay? Quiet, very quiet. pick back up, so hopefully Dmitry will try to keep you in line, but if not, you are that was messy too. Have you practiced just? Are you playing from F? Can you play it again? How do you play that? Yeah, the F is in the left hand, the way you play it. Oh, you do from. Okay. That's weird. So. Yeah, see, that doesn't really work because that's where it has to be fast, and that's where you're moving your hand, Just like the other one. Why did you do it? Are you doing it differently? I don't know. Okay, so the first two are triplets, and then. Don't play the thumbs together. Don't change anything right now because it's too late to change something. Okay, just try to do the best of what you're doing. I don't want you to change it because when you changing that can really mess you up. So just play like you're playing it, but try to feel the first two triplets and then fast beat. Yeah, and then the staccato. play your left hand all the way to the end. Can you play only left hand? Okay, and now play it up to tempo with pedal, left hand alone. Why is it all jumping around? Look. Right? Right, don't hold your fingers so long. Try not to slow down all the time, okay? Alright, hands together. Something like that. Okay, go on. Just like those sharps that didn't have anything to do with your notes, the metronome has nothing to do with your playing, right? Okay, try. Very rhythmic, slower. Try to control the rhythm, okay? Feel the pulse. Hands together. For now, let's emphasize the pulse a little bit. Okay, so this is what I'm hearing. The fifth finger going dead. Together. Eight less one. Yeah, it's a really skill that you need to work on is control, because you don't control your fingers; they're kind of all over the place. So that's partly why you can't play evenly, but also partly is because you're not really aware of the pulse. You need to be more aware of where it is. Okay, let's not emphasize this too much, just a little bit every pulse so you know where it is. One, two, three. Even. Yeah, it's the putting the fingers down at the right time. You know what I mean? Like not let them do whatever the fingers want, but really controlling to when the fingers are going down. Okay, so I would practice this slowly, really listening to it and just emphasizing the pulse a little bit. You don't have to emphasize the pulse when you perform, just for you to find it. You know? Alright, so let's go from there. Turn the metronome on back on, please. And also a little bit less pedal when it's a little overage. register. Okay, turn the metronome off and let's play cadenza. Hold on. This was better? Can that be a little bit like stronger, more determined? And then change pedal. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't, you know, like you forget half of the time. So this is a certain number of these, not just undetermined, you know. Right. Yes. And for a millionth time, don't hold your right hand. Is that your tempo, or are you just practicing it now? Good. So these parts are counted, right? They're 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And then these are like improvised, right? You kind of rush these. And I don't know what's going on there. You gotta be right. And feel something when the color shifts. Because you have to play the right number of these notes, not just, you know. wait a little bit if you can think of it quick enough. You know? Okay, go from G. You're not hearing it. Coordinated, right? Coordinated, right, left, off. Sorry. You hear that shift? Right. So, and then can you actually do something with these arpeggios with color? So it's more brilliant as you go up and darker when you go down. Yeah, not just those, but these two, right? These two. Yeah, so you don't have to take the pedal off until that D major Strong fingers, strong fingers. And on the bass. Color. Yeah, so it's not. Yeah, you go down. And this was very slow. Yeah, you wanna. That's kind of slow. Okay, can you be careful? And on the bass, you pedal a little too late. You have to remember we talked about the first two on the same pedal and the second two on the same. The tricky part is to play the right hand rubato without doing. So left hand. If you imagine the orchestra with that, right? Where the da 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 they're going evenly, and then maybe the like winds are doing the theme. You can't have one part of the orchestra play unevenly. Right, and it's also too slow, and then the pedal's too low. Do you hear how uneven your left hand is? Yeah. Let me hear just the left hand. have to check the balance. Okay, here's the left hand playing very loudly. So left hand kind of, it has a lot of notes. So it sounds very busy, but the right hand so it has to play out. Don't hold your one note. Right. Yeah, so here is where you can hold the pedal and then put a hold in. So this is and you just play and it's too slow. The left is too slow. You got yeah, and on me step. And then when you arrive there, take your time, okay? Because you're gonna slap it, miss it. You know? And then you can go faster. Don't take the pedal off. Go, 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 go. Okay, that's fine. So just make sure that there's only half pedal here. You're not pedaling like this, you know. Okay, and then this is 2 beats. So, I mean 2 measures. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's longer. Okay, so what does that mean, tempo 1 there? Which tempo 1 is it?
Starting number?
Starting what? Right. It doesn't mean this tempo. Right? It's not the presto. So 1, 2, like how you're playing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, not too fast. soft pedal there, but play very soft in pedal. Only early, okay? You have to wait. Pa, 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 da. And then you can take your left pedal off when you're starting to play crescendo, when you see crescendo. Okay? So don't forget left pedal for this part and both pedals, tempo pedal and soft pedal. No, it's too loud. It's uneven though. Can you play left hand alone? You really need to work on your left hand. Yeah. They're really even. Yeah, so this part where you cross has to be faster. You get your sound in line with the other fingers. Yeah, it's never going to be together with the right hand and left hand so uneven, right? Because that right hand can play along with it, also being uneven. I would practice rhythms there, especially with left hand. Quarter note, right? Not just, yeah, this is how you play an orchestra. You have to feel like you are part of this whole conducting thing, you know? Also, you have crescendo, then, and here, and then again, back, pull back a little bit. Okay, so you have two crescendos actually, instead of the one crescendo, okay? Okay, so on the beat, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. You're too early on both of these, okay? Hold. Don't do that. That's not the kind of music. Longer. 4 beats and fermato. So this down to 6. The problem, most of the problem when your hands have to play together, they're not, is because left hand is very uneven. So all of this. Especially, I mean, including the scales, just simple scales uneven. Keep your hand over the keys and play from here, right? Straight down into the keys, okay? Not this. it and it kind of locks into the target, okay? Not this. Yeah, the fourth finger is super weak, but you have sforzando each one, so pedal it. And 1, 2, okay? Quarter note at the end. There's a cue. Do it again. You know what you should do for now when you're playing those scales and you have to go hands together? Make sure the right hand is following, not the left hand is following. Left hand is always.
Yeah, everyone go back home. He's last, so
Uh?
he's the last to play
Oh.
for I think 5 hours. Yeah, for this concerto. He's the last one, so.
Oh, you have to be there the whole time?
No, no,
Oh.
definitely not.
Well, there are a lot of really strong players here. So you just do it for experience. And then we have to work on the technique. Because obviously the technique and your control is just not there. There's some of the skills that you really need to work on.
I think the judge just want to go back home after listen
Oh yeah.
5
yeah.
hours.
Yeah, they don't care about.
Yeah.
Usually the first one and the last one's the worst.
The worst? Oh.
I mean, no, the worst to the place, because you just like, the first one they don't remember you, the last one they just want to go home.
Oh, I thought like it's the opposite. The first one and the last one that's easy to remember because it's the first and the last. Oh, finish this, I can go
Yeah.
back home.
No, I mean, you're not there yet to really kind of get anything at those competitions, but you have to just work really hard on your control and your technique and the sound. I mean, that's just. So what are you gonna do after this?
What are you gonna?
What is the? I hope you're not planning anymore, work anymore on those old pieces that you've been working on.
No.
You have to start new pieces, and you have to do much more technique, especially for the left hand.
So what's a piece?
You
I
really
mean-
have to work on your left hand, I think.
So usually how you, like the student choose a piece or you choose a piece?
No, I usually choose, but you can also have a wish list. I would
Do
like
you
you
have a
to,
wish list?
I would like you to get this book, and not easy. Don't be alarmed. 24 studies for left hand, Cherny. Gonna go through it, okay? They're not easy, let me tell you. Okay? So you have to work on that. We're gonna be working on that. And it's not that your right hand is perfect either. So, if you have worked on Cherny before, or I also want to give you a different, besides the scales, we're also gonna do arpeggios, because your arpeggios are not even either, right? And you see how much of that you have to play in the pieces. So it's all comprised of scales, arpeggios, and octave chords, basically. So if you know those patterns, that's, you really need to kind of get some basics down. Because otherwise you'll struggle with every piece you play with technique, So if you get those basics down, then it'll be a lot easier to play the pieces. And you need to work on your technique, sight reading like crazy. Because nobody's showing you the notes anymore. I'm not gonna show you notes, you have to figure it out yourself, okay? So, I would like to do that, and I would like to probably do some, few of a different shorter pieces for a while, just to get more variety of styles for your experience, you know. A really great things to work on for control is Bach also.
Which book? Because I just don't be sure.
What did
we
you
have-
play by Bach before?
Yeah.
Except Prelude Fugue, that's it?
I
Invention
played one.
Symphonies.
What's that called?
Invention.
Partita. You played Partita.
Yeah.
Which partita?
No, not the whole one. Just the
Number
capriccio
2.
of the number two.
Capriccio.
Oh, okay. Have you played any English or French suites?
No. But I think we have a
We have like French
have a
and
book.
English.
we,
Yeah.
we got from someone, but I don't know. I forgot which book. Is that the
French suites.
French?
I
suite?
think
Yeah.
French suites would be good because it's mostly 2 and 3 voices, and you can learn to listen to your left hand better, and then just control when it's more than one thing in the same hand, you know, because those are really important things. You just feel like your fingers are a little bit on their own masters, you know, and you are like. It's like disobedient children. You tell them and they don't do it, you know. So yeah, if you want, just about any of the French suites would be fine. You can listen. I would probably, yeah, just about any of them. 2, 3, 5, or 6 probably.
2,
2, 3, 5, or 6. There are only 6 of them anyway. Yeah, I would start doing that, and I would probably work on the whole thing of French suite, not just one movement, so that you're familiar with all the dance suite styles like Allemand, Courant, Sarabande, all of that stuff, you know. And then I would probably do something for more like expressive playing, more singing, more tone, like Mendelssohn maybe. Song without words or something like that. By Mendelssohn, that would be really good. They're really pretty, and then also you can learn a lot on them.
I think he never played this.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to do it, because he never played it, and it's, you know, it's interesting because sometimes they would require something like that. Like I know when my son auditioned for Juilliard, they required to learn Mendelssohn Song Without Words. Even though it's like might not be, you know, as difficult as all of those big pieces, because they want to see how you can play lyrically and useful sound and that sort of thing, and voicing, etc. So yeah, you can listen to those and see if there's any particular one that you like. Yeah, so I would start with that, but mainly you just really need to focus on technique and reading more first, you know, and then maybe I would do some Shostakovich preludes. Shostakovich.
Oh.
Like there's a 34 preludes. They're very fun and they're a little bit shorter, but they're a lot of character. Like character, you really do character development. So that's what I would probably do right now. For the next foreseeable future. You know, get this book right away, and if you get this, start practicing the first one. They're about 2 pages, 1 to 2 pages long. So
Left hand only? Sure.
those are for left hand, yes, only for left hand.
Okay.
Yeah, and have you played Czerny before? Any of the? Oh, you played Czerny Garner, right?
Yeah.
Have you done 299? Opus 299, this one?
No.
I would also get this. He needs to work on that as well. Those are both mixed, right and left hand.
Okay.
Because we really need to get the technique in line. Okay. All right.
He also learned, not learned, just start a Chopin Nocturne before, right?
Huh?
Yeah, before. Like, really.
Which one?
Do you remember still? Just one note, maybe, like, I don't know. It's a
11.
11?
What's the key?
What's the key? You forgot?
I also forgot. No, by 11. Do you know the opus number? This one?
I forgot which
I
one.
forgot it. Totally forgot.
Okay, well, I think that you play
Not
quite a
here.
bit of Chopin, and I will do Mendelssohn. Either Mendelssohn or Grieg. There's a lyric there, there's Grieg also, but Mendelssohn I think would be good. That's what I would probably do right now, for a while, until we, are a little bit more in control of our fingers. Okay? So next time back to Tuesday, correct?
Yeah.
Is,
It's the date.
Hmm?
It's 24, right? 24. Oh,
Tuesday, yeah, February 24th.
what's the normal price? Because like that Larissa told someone is selling the book really expensive. He said, get the cheaper one. What's the normal price for that 24 piece?
It depends on which edition you get.
Huh?
It depends on which edition you get. It doesn't matter which edition, you can just find the cheapest one.
It's Opus 718. Is that the
Yes.
one? Yeah. Looks that not